We're in a state of crisis in that we have adolescents who are struggling with unbelievable levels of anxiety and depression and extreme suicidality, and we don't have enough resources to help them.
Trying to express, hey, I'm hurting, but I don't know how to say that. And so it comes out through dysregulated behavior. They usually are feeling some level of shame, alienation, or just hopelessness.
This generation, especially the children who came through middle school and elementary school in the pandemic, seem to just suffer from a lot of anxiety and depression. They seem to have multiple problems. They don't have the kind of support networks or social networks that kids did 10 or 15 or 20 years ago.
The children being more at home and not getting that social interaction and not seeing how other people cope or other children cope, again, with their emotions, that's what scares me.
Having anxiety, panic attacks because they're not used to a big crowd of people.
Their minds and their brains do not know what anxiety is. They don't know what anxiety feels like. They don't know what depression feels like. So it's up to us as the people around them to be supportive of them and say, you're doing great. I get it. You should feel really scared. This is a whole new world that we're bringing you to.
Because I enjoy working with the kids. I enjoy being that bridge.
One of the things I love about my job is being able to see that we're making a difference. And not every day is the same thing. So, children come in, they're wanting to tell you about their day. The families are wanting to tell you how amazing the week has been.
I love helping kids recover from trauma.
I pride myself with being with this agency because they advocate so well for these children and their families as well.
I continue to do this job because I love my kids that I work with, and I call them my kids because I do consider them to be my kids.
We at Children's Hope Alliance, I think, are doing a fantastic job at increasing the accessibility to the more marginalized families and youth in the community who may not have easy access to some of the expanding mental health services that are available to others.
Just being that agency that welcomes anybody too, I just hope to see it continue to grow and reach more people, and yeah, I'm proud of the work that it has done.
My most embarrassing moment as a clinician so far, I think it was a moment that I was, since I do work as school-based clinician, I had to interact with school staff, and I was talking to my client in Spanish, parents of Spanish speakers, and then teachers were not. And I just went on as I was talking to them in Spanish, and they looked at me like, what are you saying? We don't understand anything. And I just kind of forgot to flip the switch and be like, oh yeah, let me go back to English.
I try not to get embarrassed, but I try to keep up with the kids' trends and with their language. And so I'm constantly trying to learn and keep up with their lingo and what that means, and the new artist and stuff. So they definitely age me, and they keep me in check on how old I actually am and that I'm not actually cool anymore.
I was actually doing therapy with this family, and we were doing charades, and one of the charades was just to have the families reenact certain emotions. I tend to just sit back, observe the family, just to observe on certain communication cues, and during that process, one of the children asked, Miss Stephanie, can you participate in this game? And I was like, sure, why not? I ended up having disgust was my emotion, and I started acting it out. Well, in the middle of me acting it out, one of my kids blurts out, Miss Stephanie, you look like you're constipated.
The man I was working with, I came to him and I said, hey, I introduced myself. I'm Alex. I'm a social worker here. Nice to meet you. I'll be your everything. I'm here for everything you need. But let's sign some paperwork, get you admitted, get you comfortable. So I give him a pen, we're signing, the pen starts kind of dying out, like not working. And I'm like, oh, well, I was like, I'll be right back. Let me go get another pen. This one's on its last leg. He was in short-term rehab because he was a new amputee. He laughed. I did not.